Let us talk about cloud computing today. In this, we are going to see the introduction. What is cloud computing? History of cloud computing, advantages of CC, disadvantages of CC, components of the CC, and architecture. Then types of this cloud computing or CC, recent developments, and conclusion of cloud computing. So, cloud computing is actually an internet-based computing whereby shared resources, software, and information are provided to the computer or other devices on demand. On demand. All these things are given or provided on demand, just like electricity grid. So, cloud computing is a complete paradigm shift following the shift from mainframe to client server in early 1980s. So details are abstracted from the users who no longer have need for expertise in or control over the technology infrastructure like in the cloud that supports them. So if we see Amazon, Google, Microsoft, AT&T, Verizon, Yahoo, VMware, all are cloud providers. So what is cloud computing or CC? This CC is internet-based computing where virtual shared servers provide what they provide. They provide software, infrastructure, platform, devices, and other resources, and hosting to computers on pay as per you use basis. Whatever or whichever in what amount you use, you pay for that only. And all information that our digitized system has to offer is provided as a service. So it is provided as a service in the cloud computing model. User can access these services available on the internet cloud without having any previous know-how on managing the resources involved. So if we are trying to install everything in an organization or on your system, then you need to know about everything. But if you're using it from cloud, you just have to pay and use it. Don't You don't require to know the details. The concept originated from telecommunication companies changing to VPN. In 1999, Salesforce.com, delivery of applications via web. Then comes Amazon, which launches Amazon Web Services. Then Google Docs came, Amazon Elastic Computer Cloud, EC2 we call it. Then Eucalyptus, Microsoft Azure, and now so many of them are there, which I just mentioned. Every thing is on cloud. The architecture of this cloud, the system architecture of the software system involved in the delivery of cloud computing, it typically involves multiple cloud components which are communicating with each other, uh, over some application programming interfaces, which are web services. So we have cloud service, cloud platform, cloud infrastructure, cloud storage, that is database. So this is whole cloud architecture, and they are communicating via web services. Let us have a look on CC sample architecture. This resembles the Unix philosophy of having multiple programs, each doing one thing well and working together over universal interfaces. And the complexity is controlled, and the resulting system are more manageable than their monolithic counterparts. So the two most significant components of cloud computing architecture are known as, of course, as front end and back end. The front end is the part seen by the client, or for example, yourself. That is a computer user. So this includes the client's network or a computer and the application used to access the cloud via a user interface such as a web browser. Now the backend. The backend of the cloud computing architecture is the cloud itself, which comprises of computers, servers, data storage devices, and various other things. There are various type of clouds or cloud computing available. Few of them I try to highlight here: public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. What is a public cloud? This public cloud are made available on the general public by a service provider who hosts the cloud infrastructure. Generally, public cloud providers like Amazon, AWS, Microsoft, and Google own and operate the infrastructure and offer access over the internet. So, with this kind of model, customers have no visibility or control over where the infrastructure is situated or located. So, it is important to know that all computers on public clouds share the same infrastructure pool with some limited configuration, security protections, and availability variances. Now, we come to private cloud. What is a private cloud? This is a cloud infrastructure which is dedicated to a particular organization. So private clouds they allows businesses to host applications in the cloud while addressing concern regarding data security and the control, which is what is lacking in public cloud environment. So it is not shared with other organization, whether managed internally or by third party, and it can be hosted internally or externally. Now, hybrid cloud, the third type of cloud. Hybrid clouds are a composition of two or more clouds, say private, community, or public, that remain unique entities but are bound together. They remain unique, but they are bound together, offering the advantages of multiple deployment models. So, in a hybrid cloud, you can leverage third party cloud providers in either a full or a partial manner, increasing the flexibility of computing. So, augmenting a traditional private cloud with the resources of a public cloud, this can be used to manage many and expected surges in the workload. This is the beauty of your hybrid cloud. What are the components of cloud? Cloud computing or cloud. SAS, this is software as a service. Now, a SaaS or software as a service, this refers to software that's made available as a web-based service, right? Software as a service. Utility computing, the predecessor of cloud computing, also termed as utility computing, this provides the ability to access storage and virtual servers on demand. Then cloud-based web services, these are similar to SaaS. Web services in the cloud allow you to offer services online, such as credit card processing services, employee payroll processing, or viewing an interactive map. Then we have managed service provider or MSP. The grandfather of cloud computing, MSP delivers application to IT instead of end users. And now this IaaS, infrastructure as a service. IaaS, this refers to computer infrastructure, for example, virtualization, that is delivered as a service. What are the advantages of cloud computing? Flexibility, high flexibility, low cost, because companies can save big by employing cloud computing as it eliminates cost of hardware and software at each and every point. Speed and sales. Traditional methods to buy and configure hardware and software are now time consuming and things of past. Also, advantages include easier management of data and information since all are located at a centralized location. Data are more organized, making it easy to manage. Device diversity, we can access our application data anywhere in the world or any system. Then increased storage capacity. Increased storage capacity is another benefit as it can store more data as compared to a single system or a computer. Also easy to learn and understand. Since people are quite used to cloud applications like Gmail, Google Docs, and you use it every time. So anything related to the same is more likely to be understood by the users. Then automatic updating. It saves companies time and effort to upgrade multiple servers, you know, and also the customization of service, the settings. Cloud computing allows you to customize your business applications. This is also an advantage. Now, dependency, for example, risk, all those things, these are the disadvantages of cloud computing. What is dependency? Well, you have to be dependent on the provider. If it is not there, you are helpless. Risk. Cloud computing service means taking services from remote servers. There is always a risk. And you need to have a constant internet connection. If connection is not there, internet connection is not there, how are you going to use it? This cloud computing completely relies on network connections. Security and privacy, this is an important aspect. Biggest concern about cloud computing. Because you don't have access. Anybody can access. And malicious intruders can access. Then comes the migration issue. Migration problem is also a big concern about cloud computing. So let us conclude. While cloud computing is really, really great and you're probably already using it, directly or indirectly, either for business or for personal purpose, here, what we have learned from taking a look at the pros and cons. Cloud computing is a really cheap way for companies to have all the resources they need in one place.